Good evening, everyone. It is September 24th of 2024, and today is Tuesday. As you can see, I'm not at home again. I'm on the road. So it is raining really hard outside, so I can't sit outside and let you guys enjoy the beautiful scenery behind me. So you get to enjoy the lovely van view today. So the title that I had for today is The New Teeth Are Coming. And where I got this title from today was during my children's Bible time this morning. My daughter had written out this verse, Psalm chapter 3, verse 7. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for thou hast smitten all mine enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Now that really leapt out because yesterday I was in the hospital with one of our community members who was going through a procedure, finally getting those rotten roots of teeth out that they did not have access to be able to do on their own. And with our community's help, we were able to make it work. And just with the favor of the Lord, opens doors that were previously shut. God is able to open doors that no man can shut. And we really got to see that happen in this situation. So this verse here of breaking the teeth of the ungodly contrasted with this surgery where the teeth that were already broken, were already rotten, they're finally being removed to restore health. And the long-term goal is that he is going to get new teeth. And then the Lord reminded me of a verse about giving new teeth. And that was found in Isaiah chapter 41, specifically verse 15. But I'm going to put it in context. So I'm going to go all the way back and start at verse 8. So Isaiah 41, starting at verse 8. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen you, and not cast thee away. There's a lot of people during COVID that felt like they were cast away by their family, their friends, their churches, their communities. But God says he has not cast him away. Verse 10, Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. 12, Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them. Even them that contended with thee, that war against thee, shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. For I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. And this is the verse on teeth, verse 15. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel. When the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, the Lord, will hear them. I, the God of Israel, will not forsake them. I will open rivers in high places and fountains in the midst of the valleys. I will make the wilderness a pool of water, and the dry land springs of water. And I'm going to stop there at verse 18. Now, for those who listened to yesterday's video, you would remember that there was that contrast between the day of the great slaughter and water flowing from the high places. And so you can see that this happens at the same time, that the great slaughter is of the wicked, the ungodly, the unrighteous. And the ones that get new sharp teeth as threshing instruments have new sharp threshing instruments having teeth. And that threshing instrument is what ends up being dragged across the wheat, and it ends up being used to separate the wheat kernels from the chaff. And then once it's been separated, then that wind starts blowing all the chaff because it has no weight. It has no substance to it. But that which has the weighty glory stays behind. So with this whole thread that the Lord was giving me is that those who have been beaten down, that they have been gnashed upon by the enemy's teeth, we're going to get to see that switcheroo. We're going to get to see that boomerang, that turnaround time. We're hearing all these words from a lot of different prophetic voices, and there's a promise of hope that it's not going to continue. That constant being gnashed on by the enemy's teeth is going to stop, because God is going to knock out the teeth of the ungodly, and Jacob and Israel, they are the ones that are going to get new teeth. So that switch. So a promise from the Lord in Job chapter 29 verse 17. I broke the fangs of the unrighteous and made him drop his prey from his teeth. So this is a promise that when we feel like we're the prey, that we're the one being gnawed on and chewed on, that this is the promise that the Lord is going to fight for us. Sometimes we have to have patience. It's been 5 years of COVID. But the promise is that God is going to show up and he's going to show off. And so another verse of the enemy using his teeth is Job chapter 16 verse 9. He teareth me in his wrath who hateth me. And why do people hate God's children? Because they're God's children, and the darkness hates the light. It hates the exposure that the light brings. So he gnasheth upon me with his teeth, mine enemy, or the ESV calls it mine adversary, and the devil is our adversary, sharpeneth his eyes upon me. But we know that we are the apple of God's eye. And so God's eye is also on us. And when we see these two different things happening, of that great slaughter on one side and the rivers of living waters flowing on the other side, that we need to make sure that we keep our eyes on the Lord and we keep reminding ourselves of the promises. And with this one situation with being at the hospital and helping with getting this whole old teeth removed in order to have new teeth coming in, it ended up coming out that God had given this person a dream that they would look in the mirror one day and have a full mouth of teeth. And that person had remembered that dream and had not let go. And it had been years, not exactly sure how long, but the surgery should have been done 5-10 years ago. But due to lack of access, it didn't happen. And God preserved that person's life this long to be able to finally get to the place of receiving that medical attention. But we need to hold on to God's promises, hold on to the dreams that he gives you, hold on to those prophetic promises. How long did Abraham have to hold on to the promise that God would give him a son? He was beyond childbearing age. His wife, Sarah, was definitely beyond childbearing age, and yet he didn't give up. He didn't know the how. He just knew that it would happen. And this is where we need to be in that head space and in the heart space, that when God has given you a promise, we continue to declare it. We continue to thank him in advance, in belief, in that posture of faith, that God is going to work everything together and that God keeps his promises. So we're going to see those who were using their teeth to gnash upon God's children. There's coming a turnaround, and God's going to knock their teeth out. And now the new sharp teeth are coming for God's children. And there was another verse that I read. I didn't write it down, but it talked about that your teeth shall be as white as washed wool, and that none shall be barren among them, that they shall be like twins and none missing. So no teeth missing. And we can claim the promises of God. And whether it's through practical surgery, or whether it is through a supernatural manifestation, whether it is the new teeth come through dentures, or this guy wakes up with a supernatural mouthful of teeth. That's what I'm praying for, because those are a whole lot cheaper than dentures. But one way or another, God is going to manifest the miracle, whether it's a miracle of provision financially, or a miracle of provision of a whole bunch of new teeth in this person's mouth. And who knows, maybe it'll be a whole mouth of golden teeth. We've heard some testimonies through Elijah streams of that happening. We don't know, but I encourage you today, cling to the promises and don't lose hope. Don't get weary in well-doing, for in due season you shall reap your harvest. So this is a short video, but as you can see, I'm out and about. So we're going to keep this short and enjoy the little bit of daylight that's left, so that I'm not talking in the dark. So have yourselves a good day, and we will see you tomorrow.